Get ready to learn the most effective way to sell your good, better, best model product.
Hey there, I'm Jillian Kendrick, and welcome to the Momentum Marketing Podcast. I'm a mama, a wife, an entrepreneur, and a 3-time best-selling co-author. In each episode, you'll get real-world, practical advice and strategies, and maybe a parenting tip or two along the way. If you're ready to create a business that supports your family and your lifestyle, then you're in the right place.
Hey there, it's Jillian Kendrick, and welcome to the Momentum Marketing
Podcast. I am so excited that you're here with me today to talk about how to sell your good, better, best model product. But before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to this podcast. So wherever you're listening right now, whether it's Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you're listening, go ahead and click that plus or subscribe button to make sure that you get all of the latest episodes downloaded to your phone as soon as possible. I come out with a new episode every week, so make sure you're subscribed. All right, on deck today, we are talking about the most effective way to sell your good, better, best model. And I'm going to make this really, really simple for you. First, let's define what is good, better, best. If you sell a good, better, best model, then you already know what this is, and you can fast forward a little bit. But if you're not aware, a good, better, best model is a way of selling the same product or the same service, just selling 3 different versions of it. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you are a social media marketing agency and you are selling a Facebook ads package that you want to do a good, better, best model for. So the base tier, right? A good version might be, X number of dollars for running 3 Facebook ads with 5 pieces of creative and 2 different versions of copy. The good model could be all of those things, but maybe it's 1 more ad and it's 10 different versions of the creative and 6 different versions of the copy. And then the best model or the best version might be running 10 ads with 20 different pieces of creative and 20 different pieces of copy. Now, I'm not advocating that. I just picked numbers off the top of my head, but I think you get the idea. It's your base model with 0 bells and whistles. It's your good model with a couple of bells and whistles, or it's your best version of that program, product, or service with a couple more bells and whistles. And then, of course, every time you go up in tier, every time you improve that service or they get more for their money, they're going to pay a little bit more, right? Again, just an example, pulling numbers out of my head, I wouldn't necessarily recommend these. Let's say your good version is $1,000 a month. Your better version or your medium tier is $2,000 a month, and your best version is $5,000 a month. So as you go up in tiers, as you increase the value of what you're selling, you're obviously going to increase the price. This is a really good model for marketing agencies. This is a good model if you're selling done-for-you services or even some done-with-you services. This can be done well if you're selling courses. You can sell a good, better, best version of a course that includes certain bonuses or doesn't include certain things depending on the tier. But I think by now you have the idea. So we're talking good, better, best. And in my opinion and in my experience, based on my own sales experience of having run a marketing agency for about a decade and my clients' experience, the absolute most successful way to sell a good, better, best model when you actually go to pitch it, whether you are pitching through a webinar, pitching from stage, pitching on a sales page or something like that, the best way to sell a good, better, best model product is to first pitch the better version, pitch the medium tier. Pitch the thing that you want them to go into, that you want to sell, that you know is going to give them the best experience. It is the best price, the best bang for their buck. It includes the best versions of what you have to offer. And it's also the thing that you want to fulfill on. That's where you want people to go. That should be your better tier, your second tier, your medium tier. So sell that or pitch that first. Then, if again, you're pitching from stage, or even when you're showing this on a sales page, you would have the medium one highlighted in the middle and be much bigger than the other two. Then if they don't want that tier, if they don't take you up on the path that you want them to go down, then pitch your best model. So you're going to go from better to best. So you would say something like, well, we have this great product and it's going to do XYZ and it's going to help you achieve XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And if you're ready for more, if that's not enough, if you're really excited about that, well, let me tell you about this. Then you get into the best model. So you're hyping up the better model, you're hyping up the middle tier. And then for anybody who's already excited, anybody who's jazzed up about that, well, let me tell you what we have behind door number 2, because door number 2 is all of those things included. Plus you're going to get, VIP upgrade, or you're going to get these additional bonuses, or you're going to get all of this plus XYZ. That's how you pitch the best tier. And that's how you transition from pitching better to best. And then if they don't want that, or they're not quite ready, or again, maybe you're pitching from stage and it just all has to flow nicely, or again, you're doing it on a sales page, then you can say something like, and look, I get it. Maybe for some of you, that sounds like a little bit too much. Maybe you're not quite there. Maybe you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all of these bonuses. There's a lot to get done, blah, blah, something like that. Well, we also have, and then you pitch your good model. Then you pitch the bottom tier. Then you can say, okay, well, if you're not ready for that, or if that sounds like too much to you, or if you're completely overwhelmed and your head is spinning by all of these things, well, we also have this starter version. We also have the base model. If you don't want to drive the Lamborghini and have to know all the buttons to push, well, we also have this. That's what your good model does. You don't necessarily want to sell your good model. You don't even necessarily want to fulfill on your good model, but it's there as the downsell, so to speak, or the downsell version of what you're selling if they don't want to take you up on your better or best offer. I think when it comes to selling a good, better, best model, the problem that I've seen so often with people who pitch it incorrectly is in our brains, it's very logical to say, okay, well, it's good, better, best. In my opinion, it shouldn't even be called the good, better, best model. It should be called the better, best, good model, because it's very logical to want to ascend, right? It's logical to say, okay, we start at the base product and then we go to a better version of it. And then we go to the best version. That makes sense in our logical brains where we have to put everything into boxes. But let me tell you, when it comes to buying decisions, no human on the planet buys something logically. We just don't. I forget who originally said it, but here's how the buying process works. Human beings buy with their emotions and then justify it with their logic, right? Like, I want to buy a new car, and buying a new car will, whatever, make someone feel good, or it will give them some kind of status. And then they justify it by saying, well, I need to trade because the current trade-in value of my existing car is going to go down if I put more miles on it. Blah, 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 blah. We buy things with emotion and we justify those purchases with logic. So nobody is buying saying, oh, there's the good model. Well, there's the better model. Well, then there's the best model. They're going to buy with their emotion every single time without fail. So you want to pitch your better model. You want to pitch your middle tier first, then offer up the best model, then offer the, hey, and if that all sounds amazing and you're ready for more model, then here's the best version. And for anybody who's not quite there, not quite ready, if this is all a little bit too much, well, we also have this starter version. That's the downsell. Your good model is your downsell. And again, it doesn't matter whether you are on a sales call, you're pitching from stage, you're pitching through a sales page, this works. I have seen it work time and time again with a number of my clients. Don't pitch the good version first. Better, best, good. That's the order. So here's your action item for today's episode. I want you to look at your good, better, best model. I want you to figure out what your sales script, pitching from stage, pitching on a sales call, pitching through a webinar or on a sales page, whatever that looks like for you and for your business model. I want you to actually list out your better, best, good model in that order, right? In the correct order. And then how would you pitch it? How do those transitions feel seamless and feel genuine to you? Write it out, practice it, and go implement it right now in your business. I would even say on your sales page, I know earlier I said, well, you can do this visually and you can have the better model in the middle and then it would be bigger and highlighted in some way. And then the other two options on each side. I'm going to even challenge you to maybe split test it and say, okay, if we had the better model pitched first, whether it's at the top or to the far left, and then the best and good model pitched second, what would that look like? Well, how would it change your conversions on your sales page if you were to split test it like that? Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. I want to hear your feedback. You can always send feedback to hello@jilliankendrick.com. You can comment wherever you get your podcasts, or you can @ me on social media @AutomatedMama. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Momentum Marketing Podcast. If listening to this has brought you value, improved your life, or given you insights to help you build your own momentum, please like and share this with a friend, and I'll see you on the next episode.